So I just got asked how to improve your squat. So that's a video for all the parents that are at home with the toddlers and trying to keep up with their squatting ability. So there are a couple of things that you can do to get a bit better at squatting. So the first thing is a bit of knee mobility. You can come into a lunge, you can make it easier by having blocks. Ooh, the ants have found the blocks here. By having a blocks or books or boxes or whatever either side your body, just to help you get down a little bit, and then focus on creating bend in the knees. I'll just take the blocks away so you just know what way to do it, so you can see a little bit better what's happening. So you're trying to bend your knee and see how much you can bend it. Maybe it's not so much, so maybe you're stuck somewhere here, which is perfectly fine. So you start to move as far as you can comfortably bend the knee, and once you feel it's getting easier, you're getting more comfortable, you can start to bend the knee a little bit more, so you're getting more and more into your end range. It's perfectly fine for now if your heel starts lifting, so the focus at the moment is on creating more end range in terms of bending in your knee. And then the second one is when I want your heel to be down now. So you also do need a lot of heel mobility if you want to get down into a squat. So for this one, again, hands on the mat or on your thigh or on your blocks, on your books, see what works for you. This time you want to drive your knee forward at the same time as you are trying to keep your heel on the ground. So you're creating wrinkles in the front of your ankle joint. So the knee, the shin is driving forward, creating a bit more flexion in your ankle joint, trying to keep the heel on the ground. And you can try this a couple of repetitions again. So your rule is always go as far as you comfortably can. Don't push into pain. Repeat this a couple of times. If it gets really painful, back off. If you feel you are able to get a bit further, feel free to use the new range of motion you've just created. So ankle mobility here. And then you want to start taking this a little bit more into a squat position. You're obviously going to do this on both sides. Taking the leg out. It is a bit easier starting upright, and then you're trying to push your knee back. So working on external rotation and on abduction, keeping your hips forward, working on that one side first. Again, going to do it on the other side later. And you want to slowly create that motion now as you start to get more into a squat position. Again, you can slowly lower down with the blocks first, repeat this a couple of times, and then all the way down. So give yourself as much support as you need here. And then you've been working on one side, you're going to repeat this on the other side, you're going to bring it all together. You can start again by holding onto something like your blocks, or a chair, or anything really. Take the feet out a little bit, let your hips drop down. And everybody squats a little bit differently depending on how your hip joints are designed. So some people have the feet forward and it really works for them. It doesn't work for me, so you feel what is easier for you. And some people have the feet turned out and it feels better for them. So see what kind of type you are. Feet parallel and forward, or feet out. And how much do you have to turn your feet out to get yourself into a comfortable squat. And that rule also applies for the distance between your feet. So for some people it works really well if the feet are rather close, and for some it works much better if the feet are rather far away. So see what kind of foot position works for you. It is a lot easier being up a little bit higher and then giving yourself a moment to find something foot position wise that works. You can always change that foot position, and then you can try to drop, see what works. If you have to rearrange your feet, lift again, and then slowly start to also create that mobility in your hips. Oops. And it will be really tiring at some stage. Toddlers are way better and better designed for squatting. So if you have been training yourself to get down a little bit more than you'd usually go in terms of mobility, strength might still be a bit of an issue. And then you can prop them up a little bit, so you're creating the mobility and you're working yourself into a squat, but you're working less strength wise by just having your weight on the blocks. And once you're getting more used to that, you can still work yourself a little bit more down, and then have the fun with your toddler.